So previously with Buttonville, it would take us about, call it 20 to 30 minutes before we could actually arrive to the regional hospital here. And with this helipad in place, we're probably down to about 10 to 15 minutes.
When Buttonville Airport closed up in November of 2023, Ornge, Ontario's air ambulance service, lost access to the helipad it had been using to service York Region for years. Since then, Ornge has instead served the area through Pearson International.
Certainly the challenge with that is obviously the greater distance that the aircraft crew would have to travel to the hospital to pick up patients in the region.
Brad Bomber is a critical care paramedic by trade and director of paramedic operations with Ornge. He says now, thanks to a partnership with York Region Paramedic Services, a new helipad has been certified here at Paramedic Services headquarters, explaining not only does this close the response time gap from Pearson, but now they can actually respond faster than when they were operating out of Buttonville.
A significant improvement, and not only is it a direct improvement on patient number one coming out of the region, but it would ultimately reduce our out of service time and allow us to prepare for potentially that second or that third call.
Now, the pad itself was actually paved back in 2011 when the new regional paramedic HQ opened. The acting chief of the paramedic service explaining until now the asphalt patch served a multi-purpose use, including training, and other than a lighting system for night landing, most of the work involved the certification.
You know, there's a legal review, risk review, working with Ornge, working with our folks, and then my understanding is there's also some connection with the flight safety aspects. But once we worked through all of that, it was a relatively easy process, and we've been able to get it up and running.
The goal or the role of a critical care paramedic at Ornge is to be able to manage a patient at the critical care or ICU level.
Jonathan Britton, a critical care paramedic with Ornge, agreeing to give us a look close up.
The stretcher here is a standard ambulance stretcher that you'll find across the province of Ontario. And so what that allows us to do is have seamless transfer of care. And you can see our environment here is not that big. So just like the back of a land ambulance, we have a very limited space to operate in. So if we hop up inside here, I'll show you sort of what it looks like to sit in the seat. If I'm sitting in the seat like so, which is how I'd be positioned for flight and strapped in, the stretcher is here. So I'm accessing the patient like so.
The new helipad has a service radius of nearly 200 kilometers and is expected to be in operation as long as the surrounding area remains safe for helicopter flight. In York Region, David Zura, City News.